Happy holidays. Want to give your host a gift? Consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show this holiday season. It really helps the show grow. From all of us at Believe, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a happy holiday.
Looking for these better days.
It is Thursday, December 18th. I'm Scott Seidenberg. Here's what you need to know to make today a better day. A key matchup in the NFC West will kick off Week 16 of the NFL season tonight. We will build a same-game parlay for Rams against the Seahawks. Plus, bowl season continues, and the NBA can resume after the NBA Cup. Mackenzie Rivers joins me on this episode of Better Day, presented by FanDuel. Mac, let's just get this out of the way. I applaud the New York Knicks for not raising a banner for the NBA Cup championship. This was a big topic of conversation. People were saying, well, the Knicks should not celebrate this. It's not a real title. Well, the Knicks came out and said, we're not. I mean, the players, yeah, we'll celebrate. We'll have a little ceremony or something, but we are not raising a banner for the NBA Cup title at Madison Square Garden. I applaud them for that, Mackenzie.
It's a no-brainer. Kobe wouldn't have thought twice about it. Neither is Jalen Brunson. The Knicks are champions. It's just been a while, but that's what matters, adding to that championship total. Not unlike the Warriors, who were dormant for 50 years, but always thought of themselves as champions.
So I always knocked this NBA Cup, right? And I think it's kind of fugazi still. But the more I started to think about it, and no, this is not me legitimizing it just because the Knicks won. But the more
I started to think about how the Knicks won it.
Exactly. The more I started to think about it, I have said, you have heard me say it, you agree with me, I'm not the only person that says it. The NBA season doesn't start till Christmas, right? Mm-hmm. Everything that happens before Christmas, to me, is like a glorified preseason. And so I feel like now the NBA Cup should actually be a little bit closer to Christmas, because then it's kind of like, or maybe this is the perfect time, because it's kind of like the end of the glorified preseason that is the first part of the regular season. So the NBA Cup comes to a close, we crown an NBA Cup champion, and now the real season starts on Christmas Day.
It essentially is a community shield, which people in England will know. And
I'm sorry, what?
The community shield, you know. Chelsea, like Arsenal,
like
2006.
Like Captain America?
There's a semi-exhibition game before the first games of the Premier League where it's like the winner of one cup and the winner of another cup or the winner of the league play each other. And it matters, but it matters just enough because it's the ceremony of this season is about to begin.
Of the Premier League, as they say.
Yes, where they have the pitches.
Yes.
And yeah,
onion
bags.
You said Premier. We're not supposed to say Premier. It's Premier. So you have to pronounce.
Excuse me. I'm a Coca-Cola Championship fan most of my life, so I rarely watch the bigs.
So, League Championship 1. So, yeah, I started to think, I'm like, you know what? It kind of makes sense, the timing of it, and I get it, because now we can focus on the NBA on Christmas as being the start of the season. Speaking of the NBA, there was only 2 games last night, so we didn't have a play on any of the games last night, but we have a much larger slate of games coming up here on Thursday, Mac, and I'm sure your model has been active here as we get ready for the resumption of the NBA season, correct?
Yes, it has. It pulled a lot out based on recent games in comparison to year-to-date history, and obviously looking at the line. 8 games, in fact, made the cut as far as value on one side or the other. I should caveat, though, I was showing you the 5-year history of the model, going back and pre-testing it, and it was much stronger, like strikingly stronger, January, February, March.
Yes.
And even better in November, surprisingly, and December was the cool spot. And it kind of makes sense as teams, to me. I mean, of course, you can post facto in any explanation, but I feel like teams are still figuring themselves out to a certain point, and the real season kind of ends that feeling out process.
Yeah, no, it does make a lot of sense, and I am excited once, obviously, we get into the thick of things. I'm excited for it in hockey. I'm excited for it in basketball. Like, once football season's over and we really focus a lot of our attention on basketball and hockey, like, we're going to get more data points together with more games that are being played, and then it becomes like a, 30-game sprint to get to the postseason because we
Right.
know the playoffs and
Teams have goals and standings matter. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like the playoffs in those leagues are its own separate season anyway, right? Like 82 games is so stupid. Like I can't say it enough. Like 82 games is so dumb.
I agree.
The 66 game schedule that they had, the NBA and the lockout shortened year, was so incredibly perfect. Actually, I can't say
Which
perfect.
one? They were both great. The 2012 lockout, LeBron, after losing to the Mavericks in the finals, came back and scored 40 on him to cruise on Christmas.
Yeah. So,
Day one of the season. That was awesome.
The season actually started on Christmas. They did a 66 game schedule. The timing was perfect. The only negative about that season was that they had the 3 games in 4 nights, and so they had to take that away because these players were just, I mean, that might be where load management started, in that year. But 82 games is just so dumb. It really is, especially when more than half the league makes the playoffs. So I think that it's better and it's beneficial for us to really focus in the efforts towards that second half of the regular season where it means more to these teams.
Yeah, there's a little bit more consistency, similar to how there's more consistency in the playoffs. It's just like one step in that direction.
Yep. All right, so let's give a little teaser. I know we're going to have plays up for Better Day Insider and Premium members for this slate here on Thursday. Might even post a little model article up on betterday.com with some of the model plays. But let's give a little teaser, Mackenzie. I'm gonna give you some games and let me know if these are games that your model likes or not. Okay.
Right. Yeah. 8 of them, so a lot of them are going to hit the battleship here.
Well, I'm going to start with the ones that I'm intrigued by, which is the 2 teams coming from the NBA Cup Championship. Let's start with the Knicks and the Pacers. Currently up on FanDuel right now, the Knicks are the road favorites. They are 4-point favorites, though, against the Pacers, as I'm starting to see some reports of maybe some players not playing for the New York Knicks. But is this one of your model? Did this get signaled by your model or no?
The line doesn't make sense. For my power ratings, the model does like the Knicks, but my power ratings thinks this is 3 points off, which makes sense what you're saying, that maybe they are taking some players out of the rotation. Because even on the road, they should be 7-point favorites.
Yeah, so obviously monitor who is going to play and who's not going to play in this game. Let's talk about the Spurs coming off of that loss in the NBA Cup final against the Knicks. They will host the Wizards, and up on FanDuel right now, San Antonio a 13.5-point favorite. Did this trigger a model signal?
Yeah, point value for the Spurs, and my power ratings like it too. I'm wondering if they're not going to play all their players, because they should be favored by more than this at home versus Washington. I feel like they will play their players to get the bad taste of losing in the final out of their mouth. I mean, it's a normal break between games, 2 days off.
Yeah. All right. How about any signal here in the game between the best team in the league and the most disappointing team in the league? Thunder against the Clippers. OKC at home, Mackenzie, an 18-point favorite up on FanDuel.
It is almost square, 0.24 points for the Thunder. I mean, as much as they've dominated teams, they're starting to be expected to do that.
Okay. How about this matchup in the Western Conference, a game that we have seen multiple times already this season, and that is the Golden State Warriors against the Phoenix Suns. Up on FanDuel right now, the Warriors 2.5-point road favorites over the Suns. Did this trigger the model?
It did not. Square.
Oh,
Zero across the board.
All right. What about, let's see. How about
I'm dodging raindrops here.
I know. How about the Brooklyn Nets hosting the Miami Heat, Mackenzie? Up on FanDuel right now, the Heat are actually 6-point road favorites.
It's my favorite play on the board. It makes a lot of sense. Over the last 30 days, the Nets are the 18th best team in basketball, which is like, all right, whatever, 30 days. That almost corresponds exactly to when their top scorer, Cam Thomas, went out of the lineup. It makes sense that players that have much less experience, much less opportunities are relishing that moment. I mean, just look at their last game. Michael Porter Jr. scored 12 points, and they win by 45. And they didn't hit a lot of threes. They just, outplayed the Bucks, a Bucks team with Gary Trent Jr. and Kyle Kuzma and real NBA players. So a lot of signals pointing up for Rudy Fernandez's Brooklyn Nets.
Nice. Any other games that you want to talk about that have triggered any signals for you?
Yeah, the LA Lakers go to Utah, and sometimes I adjust for 3 points for the Utah's home field advantage, but it's kind of the opposite of when we talk about going to like Boston in hockey or Toronto in hockey on the second night of a back-to-back.
Yep.
Those are the Denver and Utah locations, because it's not the back-to-back. It's several days off. It's a long time to rest and recover. So a rested veteran team off a break, I like here at Utah, laying only 7 points.
Okay, only 7 here for the Lakers. All right, Mac, we'll see if the model, we'll run it with some updated lines as we get later on today, and we'll send out some stuff here for our Better Day subscribers. We did send out a best bet last night, so that is the benefit of becoming a Better Day Insider or Premium member. Get the best of the lines as soon as we have the plays that we are going to play. Speaking of plays, Mackenzie, yesterday we hit 2 college football plays. One pregame bet for Better Day Insider members. We cashed the under easily with that Cure Bowl game between Old Dominion and South Florida. Total was 52.5. Game ends 24-10. Final score, Old Dominion wins. And in the third quarter, gave out a live play on Old Dominion plus 3.5. They were down 10-7 at the half. They punted after their first possession of the third quarter, and they were 3.5-point dogs. We sent out a live play on Old Dominion plus 3.5. They were dominating the game, and they continued as they outscored South Florida 17-0 in the second half to win 24-10. So these bowl games are getting so increasingly difficult to handicap because, I mean, my goodness, the players that are opting out, the coaching turnover. South Florida made so many stupid decisions. Last night, it kind of looked like a team that was playing with a coaching staff that's not a coaching staff. you know what I'm saying? And we gotta do our best to try and, avoid spots that are too, unknown or we don't know enough, and we have to take advantage where we can know enough. Like, the totals, I mean, these games are going under. Like, you look at the bowl games so far, Mac, every game's going under.
Why do you think that is?
Because I think the books are pricing it as if these teams are playing at full strength. And they're not pricing these games as to know, like, you will have backups upon backups upon backups. Like there's a game coming up where I was looking at the opt-out list, and I mean, Penn State and Clemson, I'll just tell you right now, I was looking at the Pinstripe Bowl. I mean, I bet the under already, and it's at 48.
They're actually asking Franklin to come back hourly to coach the game because they just need bodies.
Now, Mackenzie, Clemson has 27 players that have already opted out of this game. Like, wow. Penn State has had a bunch as well. I understand that Cade Klubnik, the quarterback of Clemson, says he's going to play, but how much is he going to play? Is he going to play a half, a quarter, or is he going to play the full game? Penn State, they might be down to the 4th string running back. Like, we're talking about maybe having to play walk-ons. Like, these bowl games are insane. Like, college football, the way it is now with the transfer portal and with the playoff, it's ruined. It really has ruined these bowl games. It's unbelievable. Like, we just don't know who's
Should
playing.
they just do a 64-team tournament?
I mean, I guess
like college, at least the first round will matter.
If you're getting rid of the bowl games entirely, then you're gonna have to, I guess.
Or you could just name each of the games like the 64 bowl games.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. Same thing with UConn against Army. You want to talk about some line movement here? I mean, Army was a 3.5-point dog when it opened. They moved to a favorite within an hour. Now Army's a 10-point favorite over UConn. Why?
Because they can't quit legally.
Yeah, exactly. That's called going AWOL. I might have to play quarterback for UConn in this game. They literally have no quarterback in this game. And Jim Mora's gone, coaching staff going with him. Like, it's just, yeah. Bowl games are fun. Speaking of bowl games,
you think it's accounted for in the line?
Yeah, we're going to go Army team total under. UConn team total under. They're not going to be able to score on Army with, like I said, a 4th string quarterback. But we got 10 days before that game, so we'll get to that as we get closer.
And if you play, you can't bet it legally.
Yeah. So you're right. If I play, I can't bet it. You're right. Maybe on a prediction market, though. Like, we'll see. Here's what we're gonna do though for the college football playoff that kicks off tomorrow night. Tomorrow's Football Friday episode will feature the man they call Duck. Joshua Nunn from the Action Network will join us on the pod as we will preview the college football playoff first round games, which again kick off tomorrow night with Alabama taking on Oklahoma, and then 3 games on Saturday: Miami, Texas A&M, Tulane, Ole Miss, and James Madison versus Oregon. So Duck will join us on the pod tomorrow for Football Friday as we'll preview the 4 college football playoff first round games. All right, Mac.
Undefeated Joshua Nunn.
Yes. I didn't want to say that, but I can't believe you just did. Like, it's
like calling a perfect game.
Yeah.
4-0 on betterday.com. I mean, come on.
And there is a play. And
nice. He's got a 5th play. People are interested.
There is. It's already pending. It's already up there. It was already sent out to subscribers. It's on the website right now. Now, that game is not for maybe another, it's 5 days or so away, right?
Yeah.
But there is a 5th play from Joshua Nunn up on the website right now. And yeah, Mackenzie, like, you're supposed to not talk. You can't talk about it. You can't talk to him. Like, we're supposed to let him sit on the bench on the other side by himself. But you know what? Well, I'm going to bring this up to him tomorrow on the pod, and I'm going to tell him that you actually said you said something.
Right.
You said the perfect game word.
Put it on me.
Yeah.
It's all right. I did it.
Yeah. You ever see the episode of How I Met Your Mother with when Barney goes for the perfect week, and Jim Nance guest stars on it? Oh, it's hilarious. So, real quick, love How I Met Your Mother. Neil Patrick Harris's character Barney is trying to sleep with 7 women in 7 days, right? And so he's going for the perfect week, and he's being interviewed by Jim Nance about it. And at one point, he talks about how one of his friends mentions it, says, because everyone's like, oh, you can't talk about it. We're on day 6. You can't talk about it. And somebody said, what? He's going for the perfect week? And Jim Nance gets up and throws the chair across the room. Like, he's so upset that somebody, he's like, you gotta be kidding me. He actually said it.
Friends.
Yeah. Hello, friends. You actually said it. I can't believe you said the perfect game word. Oh, my goodness. All right.
Did he do it?
Yeah. That's a little teaser for tomorrow. Okay. From college
Did he
football,
do it? Come on. It's not a spoiler. It's an old show.
From college football to the NFL we go.
Gotta get the DVD back.
Yes, he did do it, Mackenzie. He did. All right. Go back and watch the episode, though. Very good episode. But it's a great accomplishment. 7 in 7 days. Unbelievable. Let's get to the NFL Thursday Night Football tonight. We'll kick off week 16 of the NFL season. Let's build us a same-game parlay.
This is Michael Rosenbaum. Hey, folks, let me tell you that drinking and driving is a decision that will change your whole world. Things will never be the same once you get a DUI, because legal fees and time in court are just the beginning. Getting into a crash is another way your world could be irreversibly changed after drinking and driving. Your vehicle may not be the only thing that gets damaged in that crash. You could face a life-altering injury or even death. But you're not the only one who could face those consequences. Your decision to drink and drive could permanently change someone else's world, whether you injure them or leave their loved ones grieving. The next time you're out drinking, call a rideshare, a taxi, a sober friend, or a designated sober driver. Always plan for a safe ride home. The only decision that will change your world for the better is the decision to call for a sober ride. It's never worth it to drive drunk. Don't risk it. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
First place on the line, and maybe even the 1 seed in the NFC playoff picture, as Thursday Night Football kicks off Week 16 tonight in Seattle between the Seahawks and the Rams. Currently up on FanDuel right now, Mackenzie, it is the Seattle Seahawks as a 1.5-point favorite over the Rams. What do you make of this spread?
It's going back to treating these teams as essentially equal teams. I guess there was some hope that Devontae Adams would play, so when it was Pick'em, that was built into the line. Now it doesn't look like he's going to play, right?
Yep. He's doubtful. He's doubtful, yep.
I still, even without him, I think the Rams have done enough recently enough. They've been the number one EPA offensive team each of the last 3 weeks, respectively. I think I lean to them on the side, and now they're obviously in that teasing up corridor at +1.5.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, Rams are going to win this game. And if you want to tease them up, you can tease them up. Find your dance partner for it. That's fine. But they don't need Devontae Adams. If Puka Nacua was not playing, I think that'd be a much more significant loss. Now, Adams is a great red zone target. But what the Rams have been able to do in the red zone, especially now lately, is run the football with both Kyren Williams and Blake Corum. And I think that that's what they're going to do here against the Seattle Seahawks. Look at what the Seahawks defense, or lack thereof, I should say, did against the Indianapolis Colts. They had Phillip Rivers, a quarterback that could do absolutely nothing against them, couldn't throw the ball down the field, and yet they still allowed Jonathan Taylor to rush for 87 yards. Now, those 87 yards did come on 25 carries, so it's not like it was a big yards per carry number here. But don't you think, like, hey, against the Colts, why didn't we just stack the box and say, hey, Jonathan Taylor's not going to beat us, and instead, we will dare Phillip Rivers to beat you.
I guess devil's advocate would say the Colts wanted to play a low possession, low scoring game. Yeah. Maybe the Seahawks did too.
Maybe the Seahawks, right. Maybe they were content to just let him do it, right?
Yeah,
but
just a few yards a pop. Eventually, Phillip Rivers will have to do something. I still go, man. If you would have just had one 4th and 3rd conversion, they win that game. Instead, they kick a 60-yard field goal. They luckily make it, and it's still their dogs as soon as the kickoff is over.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I wonder what this line would have been if they lost that game.
I think it's back to pick them, and they should have lost it.
You're right. Injury-wise, the Seahawks are going to be without left tackle Charles Cross for this game. So now you go up against a talented Rams pass rush without your left tackle. That's going to affect the pass. That's going to affect the pass protection. It's going to affect the running game. And we know, like, why aren't enough people? Why are we not talking about how bad Sam Darnold has been against Sean McVay and the Rams? Like, last game was not a fluke. The 4 interceptions was not a fluke.
Yeah.
He had his worst career game in the playoffs last year for the Minnesota Vikings against the Rams. And then the next time he plays against them, he throws 4 interceptions. There's obviously something schematically that Sean McVay and the Rams staff has identified with Sam Darnold.
And it may be one of those things, like, remember when Jared Goff went to Chicago 5 years ago, right after the Super Bowl run? He had a really bad game, and he continued to have really bad games, like the league had figured him out. Since that first Rams game, he was like number 1 in QBR, number 2 in PFF the whole time. He's been bad every week. He was bad last week versus the Colts. He was really bad versus the Vikings. He's been, as Stafford has ascended to MVP favorite, Darnold's been, at his worst. And yeah, it's a good point. The two worst games of his last 2 seasons against Sean McVay and the Rams.
Exactly. The Rams did have some travel issues yesterday, though. Their plane had mechanical issues, so they didn't arrive into Seattle until later. I don't know if that affects the team. I mean, maybe standing around in the airport and waiting certainly could affect the team. A little boredom, maybe. But they did have some travel issues yesterday getting into Seattle. I still think the Rams win this game. And Mackenzie, leg number 1 of our same game parlay that we are about to build, courtesy of our friends over at FanDuel, is going to be Rams money line at +108.
Greedy? No, it's just shrewd. Why even mess with the 1.5? What is it going to be, a 1-point game?
Exactly. Leg number 2 of our same game parlay, Mackenzie. I think we have to fade Sam Darnold. And how can we fade Sam Darnold here in this spot? What stat do you think we can do to fade Darnold?
Let's see. Let's go back to the last game. Obviously, throwing an interception would be the first thought with 4 picks.
Yeah. I don't know if you can do the anytime interception in the same game parlay. Let me try it. No, you can't parlay it.
He's 29 for 44, 279. The thing is, if they're down like we think they are,
Yeah.
Obviously, he can throw a lot. It's kind of a pass funnel defense. Do we go anti-correlation? Do we do it like we did with Tua, go yards over? Or what do you think? I don't know. I don't love yards over. What do you think?
If we do the yards over, it's plus 250. If we do the yards under, it's plus 231. So the anti-correlation is the over yards. It's 223.5. How about this? What if we do the rushing yards over for like Kenneth Walker or Zach Charbonnet? Because that's got to be anti-correlated. You know, passing yards over. So. I'm saying passing yards over is correlated with the team losing, but rushing yards over is not correlated with the team losing.
Do we think they get their rushing yards here?
I think they try. I think that they try to at least.
They're like, we can't win with Sam Darnold.
That's what I'm saying.
Officially, they did run 35 times last game. That's
yeah, I think they try and mitigate it here. Would you rather go Kenneth Walker over 45.5 or Zach Charbonnet over 33.5?
I would like Walker. What is his attempts? His attempts are around like 11.5, 12.5.
12.5, yeah.
Can you do attempts with the parlay? Either one. It's going to be very correlated. All right. Well, throw yards on there. Yards over 45.5. He had 67 last time they played in the loss.
Well, against the Colts last week, Zach Charbonnet 8 for 31, Kenneth Walker 9 for 17. So they weren't able to run the ball at all against the Indianapolis Colts. The week before against Atlanta, it was Zach Charbonnet 7 for 46, Kenneth Walker 10 for 29. The game before that, excuse me, was the game against Minnesota, the 26-0 win, where it was Kenneth Walker 13 for 56, Charbonnet 14 for 52. I honestly think Charbonnet might be the guy.
Maybe it's reversed itself. I'm looking at the last Rams Seahawks matchup, but I think you're thinking is better, more recent games.
Yeah, I mean, look at Charbonnet's game logs: 31, 46, 52, 35, 33, 83. So, I mean, we're getting 33.5 here for Charbonnet. I'm doing it. Let's go Zach Charbonnet over 33.5 rushing yards with the Rams money line. 2 legs so far up on FanDuel McKenzie plus 332. We're on our way. Now we got to do a negative correlation with the Rams. So we have to do an under on the Rams.
So with no Devontae Adams, the first thought everyone's going to have and the correlation is going to have is Puka Nacua is going to have a big game.
Yeah, but Puka already, I mean, you think that criticism of the refs on that live stream is going to come back to haunt him? He's definitely getting fined for that. But do you think maybe if he catches like one big pass on like a separation, they call like an offensive pass interference against him?
I mean, that would be the difference. If you can delete one 25-yard catch, his over-under is 91.5. It's pretty high.
Let's
go under Puka Nacua.
Do we under 91.5 or under 7.5 receptions?
Let's look at his game log real quick.
I mean, he's such a high volume guy. We know that.
Yeah, 9 catches versus the Lions, 181 yards.
He'll catch 10 in this game.
He's actually only gone over 7.5 once in his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. Devontae Adams played all those games. And last week was the one time when he had 9 for 181. We are selling high on Puka Nacua. I like that.
All right. Under 7.5 receptions for Puka Nacua. Our 3-leg same-game parlay is plus 685. Now, a guy that I would like to go over. I want to go over Rams tight end Colby Parkinson.
Sitting around 39.5 yards?
Yeah. Or you can get plus money on the 4.5 receptions. Over 4.5 receptions. I mean, it's very hard to envision him catching 5 balls, but there's no Devontae Adams here, right? There's no Devontae Adams. So without Devontae Adams, I would think that Colby Parkinson becomes the red zone target here for Matthew Stafford.
If we think that, do we look touchdown? Do the catches over and the touchdown, see how crazy it gets.
So against the Lions last week, 5 catches on 7 targets for 75 yards. Every other game, though, he has not gone over 4.5. He's had 4.
5 is a lot.
5 is a lot. Is there an alternate receptions? Let's see. Colby Parkinson, alternate
3
reception.
touchdowns in his last 2 games.
Okay, let's do
5 touchdowns in his last 6 games.
Here we go. Let's do. You can do 4+ catches as an alternate line. You want to do that? 4 catches for Parkinson. Okay.
Yeah. So we get the parlay to the window with 4.
Yes. So here's our 4-leg same game parlay. Rams money line. Zach Charbonnet, Seahawks running back, over 33.5 rushing yards. Puka Nacua, Rams wide receiver, under 7.5 receptions. And Colby Parkinson, Rams tight end, to go over 4 catches. So, or no, over 3.5 catches. So he just has to have 4 plus. 4-leg same game parlay, courtesy of the FanDuel Sportsbook, Mackenzie, plus 1183.
Man, we had a 14-1 on the last play of that Steelers-Dolphins game. Man, on a knife's edge. I'm hedging this time. If I have an 11-1 in the last minute on one side, that's what I've learned this week.
All right, so that's it. We are in here plus 1183 on our same game parlay, and just for fun, I'm going to tell you I really like Colby Parkinson in this game. So anytime touchdown for Colby Parkinson is at plus 240 up on FanDuel. And for Colby Parkinson to score 2 touchdowns. And now
2 last game.
25-1.
Just for that one leg.
Yeah. No. I'm saying just by itself. That's it. Just for that. Standalone bet. Bet.
Can you throw 2 touchdowns on with the rest of the parlay?
Oh, dude. Come on. What are you trying to do here? That's
just, it'll break the computer.
Yeah, now you're just not making sense. No, we don't do that. If you want to bet it by itself, you can bet it by itself at 25-1. All right, that'll wrap it up. Obviously, Mackenzie and I both like the Rams here in this game tonight, but that'll wrap up our preview here of this Thursday night football game between the Rams and the Seahawks. Again, coming up tomorrow, Josh Nunn will join us on our Football Friday episode as he will help us preview the 4 first-round games of the college football playoff. As always, Trench Report is out, available for Better Day Insider and Premium members. Just go to the website, betterday.com. If you didn't get it emailed to you already, picks are up as well. If you are an Insider or a Premium member, you got to join the Telegram so you can get those picks directly to your phone when we release them. And you can always follow us on social media, although we're not on TikTok right now, Mackenzie, because TikTok got banned yesterday. Yeah.
What did you do?
I just posted
What did you do?
I posted the Trench Report results video that I posted on YouTube and I posted on Twitter.
Do you think corporate America wants winning betting advice just out in the world available to people?
This is what it bothers me so much because there's thousands.
No good for anybody.
There's thousands and thousands of TikTok accounts out there with stupid content creators that are just like, Vegas made a mistake in this game tonight, and I'm putting my whole bankroll. Here's my Lambo that I'm putting on this game.
He's actually betting his Lambo. He negotiated with stations to bet his Lambo.
Or it's like, I have a $10,000 bet tonight on this game in the NFL. All you got to do is comment win, and I will send you this play right now. And meanwhile, they don't show their records. They don't acknowledge their losses. These are all fake people. They have terrible lines. Like they just make up their betting sets are all fake. Like it's just. I post a video just explaining that the Trench Report, how you can use it to make good bets, and it gets banned on TikTok. I violated the gambling terms of like their service or something like that. I guess I said.
I mean, I guess you got to know the broken algorithm, and I don't know what they're doing to not get banned.
I don't know. I mean, I'm saying that maybe because I said ATS like a couple of times, or I don't know. Because I'm using proper gambling terms, so the algorithm
didn't bribe the right shopkeeper.
Exactly. So like the algorithm was searching for people saying straight up an ATS, whereas maybe I should have just been saying they win cover line or something, or I don't know. Maybe I'm just not giving up enough fake results. So
change your life today.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, hit us up on social media.
Betterday.com.
And don't forget, you can always follow us along on the website at betterday.com. For Mackenzie Rivers, I'm Scott Seidenberg. Here's hoping you make today and every day a better day.
Happy holidays. Want to give your host a gift? Consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show this holiday season. It really helps the show grow. From all of us at Believe, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a happy holiday. If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.